Well, welcome back to another episode of Football Pass, and we're chatting all things from the weekend. What a weekend it was for Rangers. They have been crowned Scottish Premiership champions, and I'm delighted to say we have former Rangers player and Scottish international Alan Hutton here to talk through it. Alan, have you come down off cloud nine yet?
Not quite. Still sinking in. I can only imagine how the players and Stephen's feeling this morning, but what a great achievement. It's excellent to be part of that in terms of to be able to watch it and support them. So yeah, really thoroughly enjoyed yesterday, that's for sure.
How were you feeling when you were watching the games at the weekend, particularly the Celtic game?
The Celtic game was a bit of an emotional roller coaster, if that makes sense. As I was watching it, and I was thinking, surely that they're going to win this game. But as time went on, they started getting into like the 50th minute, 60th minute, and they still hadn't scored. Benji Siegrist in goals was saving everything. I thought, it just seems like one of those days that it's going to go Rangers' way, and eventually it did.
And you've won trophies with Rangers, and given everything that they've been through, the financial meltdown back in 2012, why is it that this title feels extremely significant to the management, to the fans, to the players, to everyone involved?
Yeah, well, I think obviously when I was involved, it was a case of Rangers v Celtic throughout the campaign, if you want, and we were very close, in touching distance of each other all the time. So everything that's happened since 2011, it's obviously been difficult. There's been lots of highs, lots of lows. And I think you just seen the emotions of the players, the manager all spill out, because they have been playing second fiddle for a long time now, 10 years. So to finally get over that hurdle and win something, which ultimately is why Gerard was brought in, you could just see what it meant to the management team and all the players. It was really an emotional time.
You mentioned the man, Steven Gerrard. Now, he's the longest standing manager at Rangers since Ali McCoy's 3 terms there. How much he's actually achieved in those 3 years, because he certainly haven't been easy at all.
It's truly been amazing. I think when Steven Gerrard came into the club, you knew what he was going to bring, that winning mentality, the way he was as a player. You knew he was going to come in and demand high standards from the players. So the main thing for me was he was given time. And that's one thing that you don't tend to get at Rangers and Celtic. You must come in, hit the ground running and win trophies from the start, basically. So he had a squad that he definitely had to build, he had to improve. And I think he's been able to do that. He's been given funds from the club, and he's invested wisely. And I think we're seeing that at the moment, how good the squad are. They're growing, they're developing. He's looking to the future. And for me, as I watch, they're definitely building something strong. There's definitely a bond now between that squad, and hopefully they can now kick on and go and win more, because that'll be the objective.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the future there, and Gerard's actually said, this is only the start. This isn't everything that we've set out to achieve. What do you think the Rangers can now achieve, now that they have that belief, now that they have that monkey off their back, they've got this title?
Yeah, of course. That was the first probably objective, was to try and wrestle that trophy back off Celtic, which they've done. But he is right, it's only the beginning. The hardest thing is to go now, do it again. And you can't rest on your laurels. You need to keep moving forward in football. And he's shown to be doing that with, obviously, the players that he brought in January. He's looking to bed them in early for the upcoming season. So it's about progression. He'll know that. The pressure will be on him to keep improving, to keep winning things, and now probably mount a challenge for the likes of the Champions League if they can make it. They're special nights, obviously, at the likes of Ibrox under the lights, and he'll want to be involved in that, and he'll want to grow as a manager. So it's very exciting times looking forward for Rangers.
Well, naturally, there's been a bit of chatter about Gerrard, and linking with Liverpool, his former club, of course, but it's kind of been snuffed out a little bit. Former chairman Dave King says it's never going to happen in the near future. What's your take on that situation?
Look, I never think that's going to go away. Ultimately, I think that's what he'll aim for in the future. I think the way that he's working at the moment is absolutely ideal. He started off in the Liverpool reserves. He's now come up to Rangers, which is a massive club, and he's definitely building for the future, as I say. But him as a manager, I think you have to go through all the different levels. I'm sure at some stage he'll be desperate to get back to England, but he's proven to everybody that he is building for the future. He's got a young, hungry squad that he keeps adding to, and I think he'll want to lay the foundations now, moving forward for Rangers, and be part of that and grow as a club. So yes, in the future he'll probably want to go and try England, but I'd love to see him stay for the next 2, 3, 4 years and really try and build something special at Rangers.
Yeah, certainly it seems like he has an incredible bond with the team there. And well, we can't just focus on the fact that they've won the title. The football matches still keep going, of course. There's a big game against Slavia Prague on Thursday, and of course the Scottish Cup still to play for. How much have the players and everyone involved got to keep their focus and stay in the present, I guess, like celebrate the achievement and what they have achieved, but still get the job done?
Yeah, exactly. It's good that they got over the line now. The title's obviously, it's been won, but the bigger picture is you need to keep winning, you need to keep building on that. You're right, they can still go for the cup, they're still in the Europa League, which is a massive tournament that want to go as far as possible. They've done really well on the European stage. So again, it's another platform for the players, for the manager to go and express themselves and show how good they can be. And they've done excellent. I don't think they can get away from that this season in every tournament that they've been in. So it's been really good. But knowing the way Gerrard is and the way he was as a player, he'll have them focusing on the next game 100%, and he'll want to continue to win. They're unbeaten in the league. They've only had one blip against St Mirren in one of the cups. So he'll want to continue that trend and really push on now and show everybody how good this team can be.
Well, you mentioned they've been unbeaten in the league. It has been an incredible season for them. Can you pick a player of the season for Rangers? I know it's tough because, let's be honest, the strength and depth of the squad is incredible. But come on, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, that is really difficult. I mean, I could honestly sit here and I could name you 8 or 9, and that wouldn't even be fair. But the ones that obviously stick out in my mind is the likes of James Tavernier. I will go for Alan McGregor, but the likes of James Tavernier, I think there was a lot of question marks over him defensively. I think he's really improved on that. His stats going forward and things have been incredible for a right back. But I go back to Alan McGregor. I think he's come in at the age that he is. He's been outstanding. He's a leader. He doesn't really get called on that often, which is more difficult. So in those big moments, he has to stand up and be counted, and he makes huge saves. And he's kept them in a lot of games, if I'm honest. So that's who I'm going to go for. But I think it's an unfair question. I think I could pick the whole team.
As a former Rangers player, you've won trophies with them. How much have you enjoyed watching them this season and seeing them achieve, given what they've been through, over the last 10 years or so?
It's been absolutely amazing. I'm not going to lie. Now that I've stepped away from it and I can just be a fan, I can really appreciate what they're going through, what they have went through to get to where they are now. They've obviously been in Celtic shadow for a long time. I keep going back to that. There's been so many highs and lows. It's been difficult for them, but you can really appreciate now what they're going through, their feelings, and it's just the beginning. I think, I really do believe that they can kick on from here and really go from strength to strength. They're building such a hungry young squad that hopefully can be together for 3, 4, 5 seasons. So that's probably the main aim. And as a supporter now, you just get really excited just thinking what they can achieve as a team. So really looking forward to the future campaigns, that's for sure.